Hey guys, Loman02, currently getting ready to cube draft our third cube this time around. We opened a piece of power in the form of Time Walk. What are some other interesting cards in this pack, though? Sensei's Divining Trap, I tend to think of as Trap. I think you need probably 3 to 4 shuffle effects to make it good enough in the cube. Thalia is good in the White Weenie deck, which we've showcased earlier. Dragonlord Oshutai is not a bad control finisher, but I don't think control is as good in this cube. I like Electrolyze in the blue-red decks. Cameo, I think, is a junky planeswalker. Rashad Port's only good in like 2 decks, like red deck wins, and then like White Weenie, I think it's fine in. Wooded Foothills is a good card, but I think this is a pretty clear Time Walk here. What are we hoping to wheel? Like Search for Tomorrow is not a bad card in a Time Walk style deck. Actually, Goblin Dark Dwellers are probably wheeling. Like Goblin Dark Dwellers, like. The card is like one that's value vacillates vastly. Through the Breach is also very powerful, but I think I'd want to like get like a sneak attack before I'd want to get a Through the Breach. Through the Breach just is lower upside, I think, than Sneak is. Alright, so History is a powerful new card. Basalt Monolith used to combo with, I remember the card's silly name, Wake Thrasher. Fetch land in here, kind of off color. I mean, so here, the highest upside card in this pack, well, there's 2 cards that I'm looking at in this pack. Coalition Relic is probably the safest pick, because it's colorless and it fixes for everything, and it kind of sets you up down the road. But Entomb is a very high power level card for the Reanimator deck. Phantasmal Image is also quite good. Cast Down is just, they're basically marketing their card there. I mean, it's a fine removal card, but, like, you don't... If you're going to pick removal, you want, like, the best removal, like Council's Judgment, like Swords of Plowshares. Path Exile in the previous pack's pretty good. Or you want, like, multimodal removal, like Burn. Like, Burn, I think, is actually better than, like, the black base removal because it does more. I'm going to pick up Entomb here. I'm going to give it a shot. It could be wrong. Living Death, no, I don't like that. Tundra's pretty good. So is Muldrifter. Muldrifter's not a bad card. Kiki Jiki, I mean, just to, I mean, we may be drafting blue-red again, but, like, Kiki Jiki is so powerful. Like, it's just a combo on a stick. I'm speculating a bit when I take it here, but I think it's worth taking. Alright, well, I'm going to put Entomb in the sideboard for now. Entomb is a speculative pick, too. So we've got 2 speculative picks and 1 powerful pick. Could have also taken the Tundra there. Tundra would have been, I wouldn't have faulted anyone for taking Tundra. Alright, well, red cards are coming around. Blue cards are not going to come around, generally speaking. Like, Search for Azcanta is pretty good, but it's kind of slow. Nicol Bolas is stone unplayable. I actually like Grim Lavamancer to no small extent, especially in a blue-red deck. It's good value. Glorybringer's fine. Search for Azcanta is actually very good. If there's something to wheel out of this pack, and it's a red card, it'll probably be Glorybringer over Grim Lavamancer. But I actually think I like Lavamancer a little better. Search is also very, very good. I think I'm going to have the chance of picking up a lot more red cards, but I really want to take this Search for Azcanta. And it combos really well with Grim, too. Let's see if we can force a little bit of blue out of the draft. Blue's obviously getting cut, or it just hasn't been heavy in these packs. But I wouldn't mind playing a blue deck. Alright, Force Spike, we're probably not doing. Dire Feet Daredevil is probably stronger in this format. Is there a Reanimator card in this deck? No, but we could Entomb Mindslaver, but that's a very slow combo. You need Welder to do that. Force Spike, I'm looking at the Dire Fleet, and I'm thinking, like, maybe that's probably good enough. Again, some decks are just bad. Just really bad. I guess it's also not a bad thing with Kiki Jiki, though. You know, like, I think I'm going to speculate on it. It's kind of an aggro control card, but, like, this is Cube, and, like, people will be casting power. Like, Ancestral Recalls get cast, Time Walks get cast on the opposing side. And even if you're just taking a Lightning Bolt or something like that, or Path to Exile or whatever, like, I think it's still a fine card. I think it's better than Force Spike. I think the upside on it's better than Force Spike. And Force Spike, like, I think Force Spike's actually, like, actively a pretty good card. I think I would take Force Spike over this card in the, Legacy Cube, just like Crater of Behemoth. I mean, should I be in green? Should I just, like, stop kidding myself and, like, jump into green here? Because, like, Crater Hoof's in this pack. It's either that or Blink of an Eye or Courser of Crufix. Like, Crater Hoof is just a bomb. Like, it is like the best green finisher. I don't know. Oh. I think I'm going to take the interactive card here. Char's not bad. Strip Mine is the best card easily in this pack. But I'll pick up a Char here. It's certainly in a two-color deck. Like, Strip Mine is a card that goes with Ravages and Mirror Crusader. This is a very, like, white's open, but I mean, white tends to be open. Like, I drafted it the first time around. I kind of want to do something a little different, so we're going to force a bit. So it may be in blue-red again. Jackal Pup, Rite of Flame, no, we're not doing that. Frailes, kind of stick my nose up at Frailes. I don't think red deck wins is open either. Is Greaves good enough? You know what I'm going to do here? Like, green's open. I think, like, if I can get mana fixing, like, I'll pick up Trigon Predator here. I'm not saying I'm going to play it, but we could be, like, a rug deck. Yeah, like, rug cards are kind of open right now. Like, Electrolyze is pretty good. I mean, I can Electrolyze or take Goblin Dark Dweller. So I have Blink of an Eye, Char, and Search for, Time Walk right now. Huh. Sweltering Suns is a great sideboard card, but I think I can get more options like that. Wear Terror, I can't really cast. The other half of it, I'm going to pick up the Electrolyze. I think when you have the option between the cheap spell and the expensive spell, it's better to take the cheap spell. Abbot of Curl Keep would not be bad in this deck. I'm going to take Burst Lightning. Take the Gorger, so maybe we're just red deck wins. Alright, we're red deck. I think we're going to go into like blue-red or red deck wins. I'm going to cut the Trigon Predator. The red cards are coming around. Pick up this fellow or lass here. I guess pick up Raging Ravine. Like, Dualcaster I don't think is good in red deck win. I don't think Dualcaster Mage is good, period. We may splash green in this deck. We got the Raging Ravine. If I get like 2 pieces or 3 pieces of fixing, I'd probably do it, but I'd like to be base blue-red, I think. Base red, splash blue, very light splash green, possibly. Alright, Chandra's quite good. Channel is busted. Bribery's quite good as well. Taiga fixes mana, allows us to go rug. But the way red cards have been wheeling, we may get Chandra back. I'm kind of liking the Taiga here, actually, of all things. I don't have artifact answers yet, so that does incentivize playing Trigon Predator. I'm going to pick up the Taiga, I think. Call me crazy, but I want to try it. Alright, well, Pestermite is a combo piece with our Infinite Loop here, so I'm going to pick it up. I know I'm drafting like base blue-red decks every time, which is kind of meh, but it's just, I feel like it's open. Steam Vents, Impulse is very good, but I think if we're going to go 3-color, if we're going to have the possibility of going 3-color, we want our mana to be spot on. Okay. Well, Windswept Heath does fix for Taiga, which fixes for red, but there's also Ancient Grudge in this pack. Wall of Roots is not bad. Turnabout's a combo card. There's Necromancy, but we're kind of, that ship has sailed. I'm going to pick up the Fetch Land here. I feel like if once you go to 3 colors, like your ability to pick up good cards, or cards that you want to play, are pretty decent. And actually, I would main deck in this format an Ancient Grudge, I think. I'm going to put the Trigon in there. It's a good value, dude. It's kind of slow. Alright, well, Manic Vandal is another way to answer artifacts. Magma Jet's not bad. Sword, no. Maybe it's just Manic Vandal. Huh. The Jet has a lower probability of wheeling. I'm going to pick up the Jet there. Zealous Conscripts? Yeah, it's very good. Frost Titan's also not bad, but Zealous Conscripts is a combo piece. We get Splinter Twin as well. I mean, this deck is not looking horrible. I mean, we've got a Time Walk. We've got decent mana fixing if we want to go Rug. Could even run a Den Protector in this. It only costs 1 white. Both to cast. Well, actually, it costs no white to cast if you're going to morph it, because you don't cast that thing for 3 or for 2 mana. It's a 2/1 unblockable by little creatures. But it's actually quite powerful. It is 5 mana commitment though to get something back, to regrow something. Search may not be its best in this deck. Maybe I'm going to regret that pick. I guess I did take it over Grim Lavamancer and got Grim back anyways. Not saying we're going Rug, but we may go Rug. I don't think Trigon's the payoff we need to do it, but like I was saying, I think there are some decent green cards like that are coming around. Alright, let's think about this. Like, Edric is good for Rug, but Inferno Titan is just like one of the best top-end cards for blue-red. Like, I think it's just stellar. Like, it doesn't... It's better in Legacy Cube, but it's not bad here. And I think I would rather have it in a 7-creature deck than I would Edric. Edric's more of a blue-green card. I mean, it is a blue-green legend, so don't... I guess it's kind of a silly-sounding statement, but it's like more of a committed blue-green. Like, you don't splash other colors with it, because you want the mana dorks to enable it. I guess is what I'm getting after. But yeah, Inferno Titan, it's... Like, that's a 6 that I'm willing to get behind in a deck of this style. Primeval Titan's definitely more powerful and constructed, but I think in Cube Inferno may be better. It's close. You know what I never see a lot of in these cubes is counter magic. Like I guess we saw Force Spike. I don't think we've seen any other counter magic. I would like to have like 2 to 3 counter spells in this deck. Ideally, single mana ones like Memory Lapse would be good. I'd probably rather have Memory Lapse than like Counterspell itself. I mean, Mana Terrain would be just awesome. Mana Leak would be good. I could do a Miscalc, like just like little efficient counter spells to kind of interact along the curve. Okay, well, this is not a Thrun deck. I don't think it's a Fire Drink Satyr deck. I think we'd be happier with an Ancestral Visions here. Alright, so here. Well, we're definitely not high-tiding. I think we can pick up a Stormbreath Dragon and just be happy with that. Mizzium Mortar's a fine sideboard card. I'll pick it up here. Definitely not playing black. Not playing Mana Flare. Mana Flare's a Storm card. May even play Mizzium Mortar, so we have Grim, Burst Lightning. I'll sideboard a Vidalcan Shackles, I suppose. I don't think I'm heavily blue, though. And maybe someone else has jumped on the green bandwagon, or maybe the green drafter is like right next to us on the opposite side that we were passing to last game. Alright, so I actually do like Ancient Grudge quite a bit. And that's actually a reason to splash red. I'll pick up a Nev's Disc, so I could play it. I'll pick up a Regrowth. Yeah, Bob sadly does not get picked very highly in Cube. I'll consider running the Raging Ravine. I don't know on that. I really need to have two... I mean, obviously I need to have 2 green sources in play, because I need to have that card itself plus the other green source. Snapcaster's quite good. What does it get right now? Time Walk, Burst, Jet, Char, Electrolyze. That's kind of it right now. Blink, I guess. But the chance of wheeling Fire and Ice is higher than wheeling Snapcaster. So I'll pick up a Snappy. Yeah, we'll continue to consider the green splash. Like, I do like Ancient Grudge because it's a good efficient answer. It's a 2-for-1 answer to artifacts, which is great. And then we have the Trigon that we could also bring in if we want to splash a little bit. I mean, this deck could play Tarmogoyf. I think... So, there's not really a great pick here for us. This is not a Fire Blast deck. Shellknock Isle is actually very good. But I don't have a ton of card draw right now. I have Ancestral Visions, I suppose. I also like Bloodbraid Elf to no small extent. It'd be my first 4. And then try to wheel a Shardless Agent, maybe. Yeah, I think I could try Bloodbraid. Bloodbraid gets what? Like Char, Electrolyze, Pestermite. Like, it gets active cards. I don't have counter magic in this deck. So yeah, I'll get this. It's probably the best pick in there. Plus we could Bloodbraid into Ancestral Visions. Basically Ancestral Recall. I'm joking. Obviously the chances of that happening are pretty low, but it'd be nice. One can wish. can get a Mystical Tutor and put it on top when we do it. Alright, let's think here. So Flame Tongue Kavu is quite powerful. Arid Mesa gets our Taiga or our Steam Vents. So I think I'm going to take the Arid Mesa because I have 23 minus 4, 19, and I have some playables on my sideboard if I had to. I think I take Arid Mesa because it fixes for green and blue, red. And I can wheel either a Repeal, a Kavu, or a Riftwing Cloudskate. Any of which would be fine. I'd play them in this deck. Alright, I think True Name Nemesis is a beating. It's not as good in Vintage Cube. Mystical Tutor is the highest power level card. We can go to 3 on Bring to Light, which means we get the Pestermite, but we're not going to make 5 to get the Kiki Jiki. Huntmaster will probably wheel. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the True Name Nemesis and hope to wheel the Huntmaster. I think I am solidly in Rug. We have 2 fetch lands, so the Deathright's not. The Deathright's pretty bad, actually. Magus, that's. I don't know why that's in the cube. Mystic Snake. That's 2 blue, 1 green. I'd probably play this. It's not terrible. The Sylvan Library is very powerful against some decks. Everflowing Chalice is the most neutral pickup, but I mean we're beyond that at this point. Dragonlord of Tarka is a natural order natural order target. I think it's Sylvan. We could take the Mana Confluence to continue to fix our mana. Could also take Manglehorn because it just blows up artifacts, but I have 2 pieces that already do that. Chain Lightning is actually not bad. It's just good early interaction. I kind of like that, I think. Also fuels up the graveyard for Grim Lavamancer. Yeah. So only single green requirements so far, and we have 2 literal lands that produce mana for it and 2 fetch lands that can fetch green. I think that's reasonable. Okay, so we have 12 creatures. Opposition is quite powerful, but I don't think this is an opposition. I think opposition is like it goes in the same deck that that Elf Legend goes in. I think it's probably just Lightning Strike. To be unimaginative, sadly enough. I don't think this is a Hazoret deck. Hazoret's just a great top end for red deck wins. I think we're gonna get stuck with other stuff in our hand beyond Hazoret, so I don't think she's gonna go in this deck. I don't have any Planeswalkers. I'm a mono creature and spell deck. We'll sideboard a Maze of Ith. What does this do though? It gets a creature. I have 12 creatures. Now I'm gonna get Maze of Ith. It's a sideboard option. This deck may play Goyf. Like it's not horrible in this deck. Yeah, Tezzeret has gone down a lot, just due to the fact that the poor dude is really not playable without Time Walk in the cube. I mean, Leovold would be great if I had like 2 more fixing lands, because I would love to play this card. This card just hoses some decks into the earth. I'll pick him up, just I respect Leovold. Alright, well, we could play Monastery Swiftspear against really controlling decks. Our mana base is going to be stretched as it is, but we'll pick this dude up. I'll pick Zergo up again. It kind of fits in the same category, and this guy too fits in the same category as the Monastery Swiftspear. So this is our pool. What do I think of it? So the Huntmaster did not come around, oddly enough. Someone else wanted to play Huntmaster. That's kind of cool. Good for them. I would have loved to play it in this deck. I think I'd play it probably before Mystic Snake. But yeah, at a minimum, we did get a counter spell in the form of Mystic Snake. The rest of our stuff is just interaction and threats. Now, we have 5 lands in there. I do think I want 1 forest in this deck, not 2. 1, and then 3 islands. Or 4 islands. So we have 1, 2... We need more land, though. So what are we going to cut from this deck? I think I want the Char Falkenrath Gorger is not that impressive. I think we're going to be... Is this a 16 or 17 land deck? So I have Vision to draw, Search for his content to fix, Time Walk sort of, Sylvan Library, but I need green mana to use it. I don't really have good card draw in this deck, so I may want to go to 17 lands in this build. I also have a 6-drop and 2 5-drops. Is this a 17 lander? I think it may be, guys. That being the case, what would I cut? It's possibly the Trigon. Let Trigons be Trigons, I think. True Name is awfully, like, slow and kind of just dirtily. It does just show-stop some decks, though. It offers a lot of time, is what it does. Lightning Strike's also an interesting cut. I think I like Jet better than Strike in this deck, because I think I am going to be fighting my mana a little bit. But let's consider it. So we have Sorcery, Instant, Sorcery, Creature, Enchantment, and no Planeswalkers. The reason I'm doing this is I'm looking at Tarmogoyf math. I'm considering it. Yeah, I don't think it's quite worth it. Den Protector could be a thing. He's a good value guy. Or she. I do think I am in a main deck an Ancient Grudge, though. Like, it just does a lot against some decks, and like it's, I don't know. Like, most people are going to have little artifact mana. We actually didn't pick up any. We picked up one piece of power. Picked up a Time Walk, which actually, if you're going to play Time Walk, this is not a bad deck to play Time Walk in because it does have some critters. They're not the best of critters, but they're critters nonetheless. Maybe Blink of an Eye. No, Blink of an Eye's a beating though. Like, even if you don't get to like in a creature in a deck with a decent number of creatures, 12 smaller, but I mean with a decent number of creatures, it's not bad. Like, it still is almost like a Time Walk. You just like put the thing back in their hand and play another creature out and force them to replay their nonsense. Maybe we sideboard the Sylvan and play the Goyf first. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 17 land in this. Like, I do think this deck is going to need its lands. Does not have ramp, so it's going to need to hit its lands. It's going to need to have decent openers with lands. Obviously, the risk you run with 17 lands is you can tend to flood a little easier, but what it does trade, what it does give you, and it does have 2 fetch lands, which means it thins pretty quick. What it does give you is it gives you better openers. So I think if you try going to like 15 or 16, like, you just run into some issues with your openers. And like, this is a perfect opener. So we have all our colors we could possibly need. We have green, red, blue. So this is a keeper. I'm going to lead on Mountain Go. I guess I could play around Strip Mine, but I'm not going to. Ideally, they're a creature-based deck. If they're not, we'll probably just go... Thank you, man. Probably just go Magma Jet to face to fix our top deck. That's a good pickup there. Some good card draw. Now, if they're playing red, I have a stronger suspicion that they're going to be on like an aggressive creature this next turn. Hopefully it's not the 3/3 that domes me for 1. Alright, blue-red. Okay, Thing in the Ice. Well, I'm just going to dome here. I'm going to bottom that because I don't really want to do that right now. I think I top this and then set up the Mystic Snake on the following turn. I'm just going to show blue-red right now. Could also tap their land because this can also get red, and if I get really lucky, I may hit like... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I may hit may end up hitting a Splinter Twin, which would be cool, but... Alright, so they're going to ride this Thing in the Ice out. Alrighty. They have Jace. Could have Dismiss here. Just going to burn their face here. Get a little deeper in the deck. They want to drain it or something like that. Alright, Grimm's pretty cool. Alright, go ahead and pass it here. And if we're lucky, we can get them to cast something, Mystic Snake it, attack in, get them to block, and then Snapcaster kill their thing in the ice. Well, they're showing either Frost Titan or Inferno Titan mana, which is generally not good. Soul Ring, hell of a card. Alright, Riftwing Cloudskate, cool. Alright, well, I don't think we can sit idly by here. So I'm going to go ahead and Pestermite here. And probably tap their Mountain down. And they can burn this thing off if they want. That gives me a target for the Direfleet Daredevil. Obviously it takes out one of my combo pieces, but yeah, it's fine, I think. Yep. Do we fetch here? No, I don't think so. Well, sometimes you just run into the combo, right? So I'll probably get Taiga with the Windswept Heath if I get to an opportunity to counter with the Mystic Snake. So this has 2 more counters on it, right? Yep. They probably have some sort of counter magic in their hand. For mana efficiency and just start getting some threats down. Plus, I don't think anyone really wants to bounce a Snapcaster back to someone's hand. I'm going to go ahead and just Magma Jet here, their face. Because if Thing in the Ice does flip, they can counter this to their leg. That's fine. Just get incremental value. Plus, like, it's going to force them at some point in time to react. And ideally, all of that interaction creates an opening for us to Mirror Breaker them. Alright, they're going to kill something here. Alright, they're going to remand this. That's cool. Force Spike. Alright, Inferno Titan would be the worst thing in the world to see, but if we see that, well, I guess that's that. I guess I could have left up the Mystic Snake here. I think getting rid of the Soul Ring, like the upside of getting rid of the Soul Ring is so big. We'll see. I mean, could just get had here. Alright, Impulse. The other thing is, too, I mean, if they flip this thing, like, we're still at 19. Like, getting all this stuff, like, getting a Snapcaster flip back to my hand is not the worst in the world. Nor a Pestermite at that point as well. But the chances of them flipping the thing in the ice are pretty high. This is on, what? Still 2, right? Yeah, I checked it after their upkeep. And if I get any red source, I guess I can just combo them out if they tap low. But if they can't flip this thing, then at the minimum I can attack in and possibly get to trade. Yeah, F6. I don't have Force of Will, unfortunately, and even if I did, I don't think it's going to beat the thing in the ice because it's just a cast trigger. It'll probably flip my crap. But they have to be starting to get a little bit leery. Because if I do blow up the Soul Ring, that puts them back significantly. Puts them back to where I'm at as far as mana development goes. Okay, tapped or untapped? Untapped would be spooky, because that means they're doing something really big this turn. Okay. Tapped. Well, Inferno Titan, please don't play that. Alright, they're leaving up counter magic. Or they're going to cast an instant speed spell here, which I'm going to promptly attempt to Mystical Snake. Alright, it's a possibility that I'm just going to lose here. Okay. I think I just get rid of this thing, guys. I don't want to just get randomly mized out by Kiki Cheeky or Splinter Twin. So what do they bounce here? Possibly the Trigon. I can see that. Trigon is the... Well, Trigon or Grim Lavamancer, but Trigon's probably makes the most sense. Trigon makes the most sense because, I mean, it can attack through the Riftwing my land? Okay. Alright. They could also Kiki Jiki, and yeah, I guess they could flip a bunch of lands. Or they could Splinter Twin the Riftwing Cloudscape. That'd be amusing. Probably Kiki Jiki. No? Kiki Jiki plus Mystic Snake is also pretty hilarious. It's a counterspell on a stick. Oh. Could also just Dire Fleet Daredevil the Impulse, but I don't have counter magic in this deck, so it doesn't really do anything. Kind of shocked they bounced the land. I would have thought Trigon Predator was the better call. I guess you're going to try to beat me on mana advantage, because I have the board advantage. It's possible. Right now, that is kind of my limitation. Yeah, I suppose. I just noticed, like, I have a ton of flash creatures, huh? Alright, what do we got? Alright, Blink of an Eye on. The Soul Ring, okay. So they're going to flip everything back to hands. They cast like Hour of No, they wouldn't cast Hour of Devastation. That would be bad. Alright, so they're going to draw a bunch of cards, flip their thing, and give me all my cards back, okay. So they have 6 cards, take 7. I'm just going to Blink of an Eye their Awoken Horror. And say, hey, do something about it. They drew a lot of cards, but... And then we'll probably set up for the Pestermite Kiki Jiki on the following turn. Thinking the ice a big hit, though. Being at 12 is a lot different. It means they can burn us out a lot easier. Can't help but feel Soul Ring whooped our butts this game. Okay, fire. Well, that sucks. They're killing both my things. Good value there, but what can you do? It's one card that's not going to kill my Pestermite at minimum. Alright, don't really, I think, care as much about that. But actually, I'd probably play out the Trigon Predator to see if it can suck up counter magic, and then leave up Pestermite. And on their turn, tap down, what? Steam Vents or Soul Ring? Okay, Black Lotus. That can put them to 7 cards very easily if they're going to cast something relevant off of it. Okay, 4 blue mana. 5. Alright, Riftwing just bouncing land, that's fine. Maybe I'll just tap the Search for his Kanto and force him to tap right now. Alright, they're going to look. Interesting. I think you wait to see what I targeted first, but I don't know. Alright, Force of Will. I can hard cast that. They're not going to, though. Okay, interesting. Pitching Trinket Mage. Alright. Hope you got it, man. Okay, Metamorph. Well, this is certainly getting annoying. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, all the bottom. Nice. Thank you. No, you don't have an attack, do you? Alright. Well, See if they can draw a counter spell or a win con. Alright, they found something. Oh. Yeah, Inferno Titan finally. No Glory Bringer. Okay. Are we dead? No, we're taking 6. There's a chance they Glory Bring the Trigon. No, they're just going to Glory Bring that. Alright, that sucks. Taking some risk here. Do we take this risk here? We're assuming they can't find 2 damage in their deck because they deserted the Glory Bringer. The ring is dead. Yep. Okay. Yeah, like any burn would kill us here. They haven't shown us a lot of burn, though. They've shown us fire ice. Maybe they only have red for critters? I don't know. There's a chance. They know we now have the combo. I believe they do too because they have Pestermite Deceiver in their deck. Compulsive Research. Okay, that's a lot of mana to draw cards. So the Trigon goes to the yard. Another semi-interesting thing I can do is play out the Snapcaster to block and then attack with the Kiki-Jiki. So like what I'm hoping they do is like draw a bunch of instants and sorceries, go for an attack, and then I can resolve possibly a Snapcaster to block the thing in the ice, cast out the Kiki-Jiki on the following turn. If they did draw an instant sorcery, they could just try to go for a Search for Azcanta here and then like cast and search instant or sorcery off of it. Attack with the thing in the ice for lethal, flipping both their cards and my cards. Flash in a Snapcaster, block with Snapcaster, and then play the Kiki-Jiki out. This is fine. This too is okay. Alright. So I need to get them to attack here. If they have a counter spell, like, we're just going to lose, but I think this is playing to our ounce the best. Snappy. Ooh, we can get to block. Alright. Time walk. Play around Mana Leak, I suppose. I mean, I can just Kiki-Jiki this thing next turn. I'm going to take the damage here because that allows me to leave up the Mystic Snake. And get in for 4. Did we get there? Time Walk was a hell of a draw, obviously. But nice. I did not feel like I was winning that game whatsoever. I mean, our opponent's 8 cards above us. Why would I feel like I was winning? So, they are a blue-red deck, but mostly blue. Do I want Mizium Mortars? Mizium Mortars does deal with their TT. It does deal with their... this is only flyers. Now, I actually like this card in this matchup. They have a lot of bounce nonsense. Sylvan Library is also not something that I'm disinterested in because it draws me a lot of cards. What else do I think? What would I cut? Maybe Blink. Blink's still, I think, okay. Oh, wow. Opponent just conceded it. I guess they were under and over it. Whatever. Their loss. I enjoyed playing that game. I think that was an awesome game. Obviously, they were a little salty about it, but I mean, yeah, no, I didn't think I was winning either. So, I mean, like, yeah, I can understand. Like, that sucks. It's a rough way to lose to a piece of power, but, you know, I lost to Loa earlier. Loa sucks to lose to. When you're in a blue mirror and you lose to Library of Alexandria on turn 1, like, you're just like, all right, you know. Especially in, like, Cube, where it's not constructed, you don't have a strip mine or wastelands or anything to deal with. You're just like, yep, you got me. You've drawn 25 more cards than me. Well, not 25, but it may have been, actually. It was close to like 15 cards more, which is rough. But that was pretty sweet. I get a little excited when I get wins like that. I mean, we got a little lucky at the time walk. I think we weren't in 0% to win, but the time walk locked it up. It was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna time walk here, play out my lowest mana cost threat, and then get a Kiki Jiki out. Hey, you too, man. I think we have to mulligan this, though. Alright, this hand's a little dubious, but it does have some removal. It has a Snapcaster. You can get blue mana with the Windswept Heath, right? Oh, no, it can't. I'm going to keep it regardless. Put on top. I have to. I don't want to shuffle here, so I'm going to play red land. I got blue coming up. And hopefully they're a creature-based deck, because Lightning Strike... Okay, like, black-white tends to be creature colors, so that's cool. Island go. This may be another Mizium Mortars matchup. Cube's funny like that, guys. Like I hate it when people just like concede. I mean, I'm playing this just to play. This is probably what? Oh, Stoneforge? Okay. What is it getting? Is kind of the question. If it's Batter Skull, I don't feel as bad about that. I could deal with a Skull. I shouldn't be too worried about a Batter Skull. Alright, Batter Skull. That's a good pickup, but yeah, I'm happier with that than like Jit or a Sword, because they can't cast that very soon, and I could draw into interaction with it. Alright, well, I'm going to play this out tapped and say go. Plus I have an infinite combo, so like Batter Skull, like life gain is not like the biggest deal. But like a 3-drop creature that dies to Lightning Strike. You know you want to. Alright, Signet. That doesn't die to Fire Strike. Or Lightning Strike, rather. But they are going to be casting a Skull next turn. At a minimum. Alright, blue-black. Collective Brutality. Feeling discard coming on. Discard's not the best. Alright, Demonic Tutor. Okay. Well, that may be really bad for us. So they're Esper Deathblade, essentially. Is what I look at it as. I couldn't tell you what they're tutoring for, though, like just based on what I've seen so far. They look like they're a pretty fair deck. Like somewhere between mid-range and control. Could be a Force of Will, because they're not showing a lot of blue mana right now. So they may need something to pitch, or may need something that they can use as counter magic to protect the Batter Skull. Because if I just leave a bunch of open blue mana up, like it's going to be a little more difficult for them just to slam into it, right? And I play the Windswept out to represent anything from Cryptic Command all the way down, which feels good. It could be a Black Lotus too, and they just like cast something huge. All right, Trigon Predator is interesting. And actually, you know what I think I do here? I think I actually am going to play this, and if they have removal, that sucks. Easily get this, but play on a Trike, or Trigon rather, not Trike. Trigon definitely dies Trike. But this will make them a little more loath to cast out their Batter Skull, and if like they're skipping on creature removal, which a lot of decks are in this format, because it's tough, right? Because like there's a lot of combo decks, there's a lot of like fast, silly decks. I'm just mid-range, so like you want creature removal against my deck, but I think it's better than just feigning counter magic. And if this like fails, then we always have the draw step, and we still have the Lightning Strike plus the Snapcaster to force them to pay 3 mana to return that thing, and then play it again. But even if they do, like, they can't play it this turn because they have to kill this thing, so it kind of sucks up their whole turn. And they don't really want a Wrath of God, just like one creature. So, puts them in a bad spot, I think. I mean, the worst would be, like, snuff out and then just, like, drop land, play Batterskull, go. Like, then I'm like, alright, cool, dude. Thanks. Or Slaughter Pact would do it. That's about it, though. Those are the 2 0-mana kills I can think of. Or they just have, like, Soul Ring and play, like, a Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares. This is the risky run with 17 lands, as obviously I've drawn probably one too many lands this game, but my mana is perfect. Like, I can cast almost anything in the deck. Actually, I think anything. I don't think I have double green cards. Well, we've obviously put them in a bad spot. I like that. I think they're on 7 cards. There has to be a way out of it. I'm on 3, obviously, so I'm a little behind in the card department. But if the Trigon does get to hit, I get to blow up the De Beer Signet. I feel good about it. That's good value, and it puts him back a little bit. Also takes him off a color if they're splashing blue. And they may just be like a black-white Death and Taxes deck. Alright, more black. That sucks. Alright, go ahead. I actually think I'm going to let them discard a card with Liliana because I don't need all these mountains. I mean, yes, I have Inferno Titan deck. I think I'll let them discard a card, and then I probably play out the Snapcaster and Bolt. Alright, well, now I'm not. Now I'll just do this main one. This is nice because they're trying to play around counter magic here. They aptly did not discard before with Liliana, which is probably pretty good for us. Yep. Okay. Do I still want them to force a discard? I honestly don't think I mind. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let them force a discard here, and then I'll bolt their Liliana. Like, I don't think that's bad for me. Like, I really don't need another mountain at all. Like, so, like, them forcing us to both discard is okay. And they can't edict my my Snappy away. Can certainly block it with Mezfiend, but I'm not planning on attacking into Mezfiend. I'd rather get a free block and an extra draw step, blocking the Batterskull out, if they opt to go for that. Liliana could have been what they actually tutored for. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I wonder why it took him so long to make that play. It was the right play, like, every time. Yep. Like I said, I really don't care discarding a mountain here, so I think it's just fine to let this resolve. So we should have, like, Obstinate Baloth or, like, Luxodon Smiter. Smokestack. Alright, there's stacks. That's interesting. Alright. What's my best draw in deck? Probably Inferno Titan. Nope, get put on blast. I fetch here. Yeah, I actually thin. I think I thin. It doesn't hurt me. You know. It's only going to get a mountain. Alright, Mystic Snake. Not a horrible pickup because it does stop the... I'm not going to attack into that. It does stop the Batterskull. And they'll probably slam it here because, like, what else are they going to do? They've seen my hand. My hand was junk. I obviously drew well. But, what can you do? What will be the next best draw? Probably Inferno Titan's probably my best draw. But then, like, after that, probably... Kiki Jiki would actually be awesome, too, because it would give me infinite counter magic. Essentially, it would allow me to counter one spell every turn. Alright, so blue, a green, a blue. Cool. Get owned by a Mystic Snake. There's still 4 cards, though. They have a ton of cardage. That was a good pickup. Bide time. I think we're going to be doing... I mean, they've had some decent enough cards already, but I think we're going to be doing more powerful stuff, maybe. We'll see. I mean, black-white doesn't generally impress me. I don't think they're playing the Signet for blue splash at this point. With Liliana... Alright. I'll wait till end step to blow this up. If they're gonna... Oh, actually, I'll go to combat with them. If they go to combat and they don't play something beforehand... I'll blow it up during begin combat phase, because that means they can't cast sorceries or creatures, which is cool with me. Alright. And then we can F6. Alright. I'll take one. Yep. Well, what creature do they have to play on main 2? And actually, Kiki Jiki's probably my best draw, because Kiki Jiki back, like Snapcaster. Alright, well that's not a Kiki Jiki. Alright, they're doing nothing. Do they have an Aven Mind Sensor? That'd be the worst thing to see, but I don't think I can sit back and not attack. I'm going to leave the Mountain in hand just to feign counter magic again, and maybe they play around it and try to make me discard. Maybe they cast a Hymn to Turek, whatever. I don't really care if I lose a Mountain at this point. I don't think... Because I'm Hellbent already, like, it's not going to be a case where I'm casting 2 cards in a turn. I suppose the only way that happens is if I Bloodbraid into Ancestral Visions. They need to trade damage with me? Okay. Maybe they have something huge in hand. They didn't cast anything with the Signet before, though. So maybe not. Alright, it looks like they have something. Nice. Exactly. Like, this is like why you leave the Mountain in hand. So the opponent is like playing a weird attritional deck, and they're just going to shock themselves. That's perfect. Alright, well, hopefully this is perfect too, but we'll see. Alright, yeah, of course. I'm down, man. I'm down. Let's start sacking crap. Mountain. Yep. You know what? You can sack. I'm cool sacking things, I think. They'll probably sack their 1/1, but that's fine. So stacks. Black-white stacks. Alright, Necrotal killing the Goyf. Okay. Alright, now I'm out of Inferno Titan range, which sucks. You know what? You go. Sack a land. I got 2 lands on top. I top both. Cool. Let's just do it. Let's see who can... I mean, their deck is built to stacks, but I'm going to see if we can outstacks the stacks player. They may just sack their Braids Cabal now. I would be happy with that. I'd be less happy they left 2 lands on top of my deck, but hey. Whatevs. I guess I shouldn't have 6. I still have Ancient Grudge in my graveyard. Okay. Alright, Hippie. Hippie's annoying, but okay. We're just going in now. Alright, get in there for 2. Make me discard nothing. Yep. Okay. Alright, Inferno Titan, come on, baby. Suppose if we hit another land from this point, I'm just going to discard it to the Una's Prowler, so I can race. So I'm taking 5 here down to 9. They have another creature card. I assume they do. Could use... You know what I want is a Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, cast an artifact out that does nothing. I should turn off auto yields here. Turn off auto yields. Because I'm just going to blow that up. I don't like putting another card in my hand that I know I may not be able to cast, but I'm going to do this. And hopefully this is going to yield something useful. Alright, you can balance this out if you'd like. That was well worth it. Taking 2 to prevent 4 from being gained was definitely good. Balance I don't really care about. They can cast that and we'll sack a land and lose. They'll lose their last card in their hand. We'll sack a land and we'll lose Snapcaster and still have a first strike 2-1. And the top of our deck is still live, I suppose. Okay, well, what we do here is bam, 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 bam. Done. And bam. And we're both off the top. Gotta attack, so I have a first striker, right? That's what I wanted to see. We're getting lucky here, but that's fine. I mean, got the card in our deck for a reason. Time Walk. I just get bent. Alright, sweet. Bloodbraid Elf. the end of many a good Jund tale as well. What do I think of Sylvan Library in this matchup? Like, they're not very fast. They have Smokestack. I have Trigon. I have Ancient Grudge. Do I have any more artifact answers? I didn't pick up the Manglehorn, unfortunately. Because artifact enchantment removal seems important in this matchup. There's also Nevin Jarl's Disc, which that's not good. Vidalcan Shackles doesn't seem half bad either, because I think it seems like they have a decent number of little creatures. But our burn should also be good against that. Probably want Mizzium Mortars again. Like, they just have little nonsense creatures. I mean, what would I cut for it? Possibly Blink of an Eye. I've actually liked Blink of an Eye so far, though. It's a good tempo card in this deck. Could possibly... We're on the draw. Let's be brave. We're going to cut down to 16 lands here on the draw. Yeah. Let's give that a shot. It's a little riskier, but I mean, like, 17 lands is a lot, and, like, I really just need it for opening hand consistency. And, like, after the first 3 to 4 draws, like, I don't really want 17 lands to be in my deck. But I also have to keep this in mind that I'm taking it out, because I also don't want to fetch early. Like, I want to fetch probably more, like, land 3-4 I want to fetch. If I'm fetching really early, like that's going to be a significant enough percentile, like not a huge one, but like 5 to 8% of me not hitting lands when I need to. Maybe more than that. Maybe it's like 12% because it's a 40 card deck, so they're tiny. So stacks. This is actually really this deck is cool that my opponent has. I'm gonna let them know. Like I think it's very cool that they're playing stacks. Keep. All right, discard. No. Do I time walk or not to time walk? All right, so we have turn 2. Some sort of like nonsense creature that takes cards out of my hand? No. I'm just going to time walk here. It's a little greedy. I should probably save it for a threat to be on board, but here's the other rationale. Like they have a bunch of discard effects, and I don't really want to just get owned by discard effects. They have Liliana in their deck. I'm going to play out Goyf. If they're going to force me to discard, a Goyf will get bigger. If they're going to force me to sack, then I can sack the Goyf and then save the true name. Perfect. Yeah, I don't want to throw the true name out there because I think it's going to have enough protection from a lot of their deck. So, yep. That's a perfect land because I'm not planning on being mana efficient this turn. I can just cast out my true name and say, hey, go. And I have Blink of an Eye for next turn? Even? Alright, protection from you. And that'll be my Liliana Slayer next turn. What do I discard here? Probably the Mountain. What does the Windswept Heath get? It gets a basic forest, is it? No, I probably discard the Windswept Heath. I don't need 2 forests. I already have 2 for the Raging Ravine activation, so I just save the Mountain. As opposed to taking the 1 damage. It's a pretty minute difference, but it is difference enough. Alright, go play something really, really good. Alright, is this a Braids? Okay, Hero Bladehold is kind of a problem. Alright, discard the Windswept Heath. Need to find a Char. Decidedly not a Char. Oh, we've got to knock out Liliana. I think I wait for their beginning of combat step. I'm going to bounce this thing just to tie up their turn. And if we get lucky, they'll cast some other like garbage out that I don't really care about. And I can just blink of an eye their hero in response to that. And they can't recast it. Alright. Take that back. Don't have protection for it or some... I don't think there's a lot of tricks. Alright, Burst Lightning's perfect. Recast that thing. That was a great pull up. It was either that or Char that I really wanted. Alright, awesome. This is just stellar. Like, gosh, guys, I really couldn't have asked for better draws. This game has been very, very nice to me this evening. Between the Time Walk, which is brutal. Alright, kick this. Kill your thing. Grim. And we're pretty solidly ahead on the permanent front. And they need to leave removal for the Raging Ravine because it does a ton of damage. I can even drop the Search next turn if I draw land and attack with the Raging Ravine. Not bad. I also liked how we played this. Like the Tarmogoyf play I think was pretty heads up. Like it felt like a pretty solid read they had of Liliana because they didn't do anything turn 1 or turn 2. In a Porcelain Legionnaire, Thoughtseize, Mesmeric Fiend deck. So it seemed pretty likely that they had like their best 3-drop, which is I think is what they Demonic Tutored for last game, is the Liliana there. And the Grim is just stellar too. I mean, he's a main deck inclusion, but he's probably more of a sideboard card. But I don't mind him in this style of deck. This style of deck does need to keep the board open. Alright, Crucible of Worlds. That doesn't really do anything yet. Demonic Tutor for Strip Mine? Okay. Boy, they already played a land this turn. Interesting. I guess they had to do it. So we get one attack, and I think we prioritize an attack. They're going to get Wasteland or Strip Mine. So I think we prioritize an attack with the Raging Ravine over playing the Search for Azcanta and just force through as much damage as we can. So that's going to be 7 down to 10 plus 2 down to a virtual 8. 5 the following turn down to 3, so any burn off the top in the next 2 draw steps is lethal. I like that math. Yeah. Coming up Millhouse right now, I think. I mean, it'll depend on what they DT for. They could DT for a Wrath. That wouldn't really be good with the Crucible, but obviously they're playing stacks. Like, I hope they didn't think I was trolling them. Like, I really do think their deck is sweet. Like, Hero Blade Hole is kind of marginal, but I mean, like, it's a good beater. That's all it is, though. It's probably the best at beating in the 4 spot for white. Well, it's either that or Sublime Archangel. Sublime Archangel on a very filled-up board is close to just as good. I mean, it's evasive. It's a little worse against removal. I guess Hero is still probably better, but... Well, they're on turn 6. They just made their land drop. Alright, well, I think what we do here... Do I forego a damage to get Search for Azcanta down? I think actually I do, because it's going to fix my draw. I know I'm going to be on 9 as opposed to 8, but if they're just going to sit here and try to Wasteland me, like, or Strip Mine me out of the game, like, Search is going to flip very soon. Like, it'll flip next turn if they just Wasteland me here. I may even want to flip it, though. Like, I may just want to find good cards with it, like find Bloodbraid Elves and whatnot. And they can't take me off green this next turn, so, like, Bloodbraid's still really good. I have one more Forest left in the deck, which I'm glad I put in now, because I assume we're just going to get, like, strip locked or something. And they're going to try to strip lock us on turn, like, million, which is not going to work, I don't think, if that's their line of play. Okay, Braids Cabal, cool. Oops. What did they DT for, then? I'm kind of confused now. I don't know. I mean, this is not lethal. I mean, I guess the 1 damage would have been relevant now, but their line of play is really bizarre to me. I don't understand their line of play. Like, I don't know what they DT'd for. It couldn't have been Braids Cabal. Like, Braids Cabal is not going to stop this board. Like, you need to kill a True Name Nemesis, a Grim Lavamancer, and a Raging Ravine. Not to mention, okay, I was going to say, like, that had to be something that answered, like, those things. Alright, guys, well, some pretty sweet games so far with Rug Midrange. Really blue-red splashing green. I'm glad we splashed green because it does make the deck distinguishable from the last draft we did, which is kind of cool. Like, I like to do different things in Cube, which is pretty sweet. Alright, well, are we going to get another game or no? Our first opponent just, like snap conceded after game 1. I guess this is really frustrating for them. I don't know. Like, I mean, like, their deck certainly had game against ours. Like, I think they were, like, legitimately winning that game. I don't know why they conceded. Perfect mana, early interaction, value. Yeah, what's not to like? Keep. Play a 1-drop. Play a 1-drop creature. Don't storm me out. This is a storm deck we're just going to lose, probably. Alright, they're blue. Of course. Alright. I'm going to play up the red mana. May give them some false information. Alright. Blue-red in the finals. Go figure. There's actually not an insignificant chance. I probably should have Magma Jet, but I could also Snapcast around their end step if they do nothing. Okay. I'm going to Magma Jet. I'm not going to snap. Nothing. But we'll play out the Trigon next turn. Let's fix our draw a bit.
I really want one more blue, huh? I'm gonna bottom both. Inferno tighten me away, bro. If they got it, they got it. I mean, like, I can't do much about that. Ancient Grudge off the top would also not be bad, but I really just want a blue mana. It sucks to bottom 2 lands and then need lands, but those were not the lands I needed. I don't think they'd do much for me here. Whatever they're going to do here, I feel like it's going to be pretty big. Jesus. Alright. Just like an Ugin? Alright. I'm assuming they can kill the Trigon Predator. Jesus Christ. Go big mana, go. Alright, Ancient Grudge is going to be important in this matchup. Probably like a Tinker deck. Alright, a Braid, got it. Trinket Mage, cool. Well, land would allow me to blow up their Gilded Lotus at a minimum. Yeah, like any... Oh, correction, it had to be red mana. No, it wouldn't have to be red mana because I can cast a Braid off any lands. So anything other than Raging Ravine would be nice. Sensei's Divining Top is... Oh, man. Man, oh, man, guys. Huh. Rough. Well, we're playing 3 colors. Mana does get rough sometimes. I think I'm going to play this out and just say go. This is looking a lot worse now. With a Sensei's Divining Top, I think they have a junk hand, but with Sensei's Divining Top, they're going to be able to fix it up. Like, I don't think that card's good. I mean, it's good the first time you get to use it, right? But, like, after that, unless you have fetches in your deck, it's probably not doing as much. I'm going to take 2 here. I don't think it matters that much. I think they're going to kill me all at once, or, like... They're not going to kill me slowly with Trinket Mage beats. That's kind of what my deck's doing. They're killing pretty instantaneously, I think. So... Alright, no, they just drew into something, I suppose. Moldrifter? It's a fine one. Really, it's the cards that are the worry. And they'll cast Sensei's Divining Top and top of my instep, more than likely. Or just top right here for value, I guess. I don't know. But I cast Snapcaster around to get beats in. You know, the more I'm looking at it, the more I think I do, because I think my mana is just going to be tied up. So, Snapcast, burn this thing off, attack for 2. Yeah, it's not good value. Because if I hit a land here, I'm going to Braid. Like, 100% almost. Alright, Chain Lightning is not bad. Alright, incremental damage. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot here. I mean, I guess an island would still be okay, because I could... Like, if they don't do anything this next turn, I don't think I would cast a True Name. I think I would leave up Mystic Snake and try to get them with it. It's not very likely with a Gilded Lotus in play, because they probably have some sort of counter magic. Because they're not doing anything with the 3 cards, now 4 cards they have in their hand. So, I mean, like, I assume they're probably, like, interactive / reactive cards. So, Tinker. Alright, Vidalcan Shackles is going to just annihilate my cards. But, at the same time, if I hit a land, I can still blow this thing up. And I will blow this up. Like, the best draw is still going to be, like, Ancient Grudge. It's just a beating. But any land is still decent here. I'm going to take one of my things. Could take the Grim. The Grim's probably the best take against my deck. Alright, land. Alright. Direfleet Daredevil. Snapping off a Braid. Oh, do you have a counterspell? I assume you do. Or are they just going to take one of the things so I don't have them myself? Okay. Yup. Alright, I'm going to cast out... Okay, you're just going to do this. That's fine. Say white mana. I'm like, Aven Mind Sensor? I don't even know. I do have 5 points of burn, possibly up to 7 points of burn in hand. It's a thing. I gotta wait for them to use the Gilded Lotus for something so I get this Chain Lightning off. The Chain Lightning's obviously risky until I get up to... Alright, Inferno Titan's just huge. That's bad for us. Alright, well, we lost our whole board. Can probably go ahead and concede now. Although, actually, you know what? No. We don't. Island. True Name. This at least blocks, so I can block the Inferno Titan out. And then we have the Burst Lightning. Okay. Like, Lightning Bolt just kills this thing, so they have to be a little leery of attacking into it. Could also just go to Dome. So 4, 7. 7 down to 7, plus 3, down to 4. So Char would make it lethal, assuming they had nothing they could do. I wonder if they're going to attack with their Inferno Titan or not. I'm totally blocked. I have to block the Inferno Titan. It's a forced block. They are. It's a ballsy play. Look at your Rancor, not a card in the cube. Alright, so now I guess I just have to leave up the Mystic Snake and the Burst Lightning on my next turn, depending on what they do here. They could just have like something massive. Alright, Ready is pretty good. Kind of an investment card. Very powerful, certainly, but Vidalcan Shackles doesn't do much against me, at a minimum. Okay. Okay. I guess it really depends on what they're going to find here. Like, I'm going to just get information. I'm going to lose this game, but